Good morning, everyone. Nice to see you again. I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time. Oh, that's a little better. So, before we start, before we sit, I wanted to share with you a project that we're starting, which is basically, I hope it's not going to be monumental, but there is this idea to make a book out of all the sessions that we have recorded in the last 2 years, which is about 100 and something videos recorded. So it's gonna be both a big job to transcribe them from audio to script, and then of course a huge editing job that's gonna what I'm gonna do. And not sure why I'm putting myself into this trouble, but it seems like that's what wants to happen. And furthermore, we have, as you probably know, we have 2 series, one in Italian, one in English. So I'm gonna have them all transcribed, then all translated in one language, create the book, the master of the book in one language, and then translate it all in the other language as well. So let's say I got my hands full for the next year. But I'm looking for people that are happy to contribute somehow. They're happy to volunteer and donate some of their time in basically transcribing. That means, well, I'm experimenting with different ways to do that now. But that means spending, some hours on the computer to turn the audio into a text format. So if anyone is interested in Petra is already raising her hand. Okay, great. And Miki, good. So then I will give you maybe even at the end of this session, if you have time, we can briefly talk about it. And I know Adima has volunteered. She actually volunteered for the Italian crew, but the Italian crew has already 18 people. So I said, look, Adima, as you speak English and you lived in the States for a while, why don't you join the English team? So I told her to come today just to connect with the energy of this group. But so if you are interested in volunteering some of your time, just send me a text below, or stay here at the end of the sessions if you can. Okay, that's all. So we just sit and then we can share afterwards if we want. So find a comfortable position. And when you feel ready, you just let your eyes close. Entering the temple, the inner temple. Knowing that we have this time, we're taking this time just for ourselves. To be here. To be sitting together. With this beautiful group, this beautiful Sangha. Everyone in his own intimate aloneness, and yet connected to all the others. When all the minds become quiet, there are no longer 12 people, but only one. As it is only the mind that creates the separation. So we rest in this space of oneness that will come and go as the mind comes and goes. No problem. We just remain aware and present to anything that arises in this inner temple, and full acceptance of what is. Without any judgment. And if possible, with a quality of compassion towards ourselves, towards where we are on our path in this moment, in this life, on this planet. Knowing that we're doing our best. Always. To find ourselves. To be ourselves. So there is no need and there is no space for any judgment. It makes no sense to judge ourselves. We're always doing our best. Even if we don't think so. Even if the mind wants to think otherwise. So relax in yourself. Let yourself fall into yourself. Let yourself fall into this moment. and see if you can feel it. Can you sense this moment with all that is included, starting from your body, the way it's occupying the space where you're in, the weight of the body, how it's attracted by the earth, and you let it relax completely. Just let go. Let your body go towards the earth. As we relax the body, we become more and more present to the now and to the here. Becoming aware also of a slight pull upwards on the top of the head. Feeling the energy of the sky sustaining us from the top. Opening to that energy, vast, infinite energy. Noticing the breathing that is happening by itself. And any other sensation in the body. When we are feeling our body, we are also feeling the present moment in a way. Because the body is always present. We are not trying to achieve anything. We just want to be present. Being present means witnessing and accepting everything that we experience in this moment, with a sense of neutrality, at least, and sometimes compassion. For this human dimension. Let go of any right and wrong, good and bad. All those divisions that the mind and the society has created. All those judgments, let them go. Just be with what is, in full acceptance. Knowing that any judgment that arises is not yours. It has been borrowed. You have absorbed it from the outside, and you can now let it go. Just release it. Emptying your inner space from all judgments, expectations, desires. Creating space inside by emptying, by letting go of all that is not necessary anymore. All of all that has been borrowed and is not yours. You didn't come into this life with all those judgments and borrowed ideas. So we want to go back to that state. And slowly coming back to the group. So let me ask you a question. Raise your hand if you have seen, in this time we were sitting, any judgment arising within you. Keep your hand up. I want to see who didn't see any judgment. Okay. Well, Mickey, you're good. You didn't see any judgment. It's quite rare. That's good. So, that's something to look into it, isn't it? What is this judgment? How often a judgment is directed towards ourselves? It's often, isn't it? And actually, when it's directed towards somebody else, it's because we're trying to hide the judgment towards ourselves. It's a trick that the ego plays. You know, somebody that has let's call it a superiority complex that puts the other one down all the time, is just trying not to feel its own lack of love, of worthiness. It's a way to hide your unworthiness in reality. So all judgments that they're directed outwards or inwards are pretty much the same. It's the same thing. So what do we do when we judge ourselves? It's like, it's not a nice image, but it's almost like we have a pointing knife and we poke a little wound in ourselves. Or we go and find a wound that is already there and we stick it in a little bit, just nyek, nyek, nyek. Every time we cast a judgment on ourselves, we are wounding ourselves. It's a funny thing, isn't it? It's almost like we've been enslaved by this personality that is keep putting us down through these judgments. Of course, this is something that has been created and absorbed from the outside. You were not born thinking that there is something wrong with you. You were not born that way. But as we grow up, we start hearing or feeling a lot of the time, not even through words, sometimes just through sensations. We pick up energy. Sometimes we pick up the energy that the personality of our parents have. We absorb it even without any words. But on top of that, there is a lot of wording as well. Messages that are said like, oh, you can be better than that. Come on. Be good. Be better. Don't be like that. Be like this instead. Why you're not like those children? Look how good they are. And you're not. I mean, sometimes they're pretty obvious messages, isn't it? They're not very subtle. Some of us even heard like, "Oh, you'll never be good for nothing, for anything. You'll just be good for nothing." So wounded people that have been wounding you, and then we pass it on, generation after generation. It's rare that somebody has been brought up with people around that would make him feel like you are so perfect as you are. It's very rare. Because they have been wounded themselves. They just passed on what they received. But somebody has to break the chain. Otherwise it continues. So this is part of our work. It's a deep healing that needs to happen. And the healing is really this stopping, seeing, first of all, seeing clearly when judgment arises and let it go, because it doesn't belong to us. We just absorbed it. It's not part of our true self. It's not part of our essence. The true self does not judge. It has no judgment. It has only love. That's its quality. It's compassion and love and full acceptance of everything and everybody and everything that is in you. Because if you are part of existence, and if existence is a huge divine manifestation, it's a huge manifestation of a divine energy. Let's call it divine because we have no other words for this immense, infinite, mind-blowing universe. We can only use divine because it's the only thing that comes close to it. We have no other words. So let's use divine because it is what it is. It's a mind-blowing divine perfection, this universe. There's no doubt. And not seeing that, it means we are asleep. Just look at an ant walking, even an ant, and you go like, what the heck? Who created that little being? Which is, it has so many, it's so perfect in the way it is. If you look at a plant or a tree, anything is just like, what? The deeper you look, the more you go like, my God, pure perfection. Something that a human mind could never even conceive, let alone create. Human mind is just less than a speck of dust compared to that perfection. So let's call it divine, huh? Is that okay with you? Because I cannot come up with any other word, truly. So if we are part of this, we came out of this, it must be that we are divine too, isn't it? How could something not divine come out of the divine? Why would that be? It's like you have, I don't know, two black people making love and making a white baby. Have you ever seen that? Or vice versa. It cannot be. So out of divineness, only divine can come. So why it's so difficult to let us be the divine beings that we are? Why do we keep judging ourselves as if there's something wrong with us? This is a good inquiry to do. I'm suggesting some questions. You can find your own, but I was asking myself, what good does it bring to me, this judgment? You know, when it happens, I look at it and say, what good is it bringing? Nothing. No good at all. What good does it bring to think that I am small, that I'm not vast, that I'm less than, that I'm not good enough, that I could be better? What does it do to me? What does it bring? Nothing but keeping me small. You know, it's just, that's what it does. It keeps me small. It's not helping me growing. It's not helping me in relaxing into my vastness, my divine nature. It's not helping with that, that's for sure. Every judgment is like a whip, you know. I keep whipping myself back to be small. Don't feel how vast you are. It's a big trap, isn't it? So it's something that has to be released. Because if we cannot release judgment towards ourselves or the others, we cannot expand into who we really are, because we're much bigger than that. So that's where the quality of compassion comes in. Yeah. Compassion is a beautiful thing. It's nothing but a deep acceptance of yourself, of the other, of all that is. It's a very motherly quality, isn't it? Very feminine quality too. Something to be cultivated. Because it frees us. It frees us from all judgments. And above all, to learn to bring that quality of compassion towards ourselves, to whatever we witness arising in ourselves without any fear. You know, it might be something dark or that is hidden in the dark. It might be something painful. It doesn't matter. Compassion is with open arms, accepting anything that is arising. That's the quality of compassion. Then we're able to dig deep, because there's no fear to, oh my God, no, I don't want to go there because it's painful. Or no, I don't want to look at this because it's not nice. No, I want to be a nice person. Judgment. Release that. Just be yourself and bring in that compassion, the quality of compassion that allows you to integrate everything that arises. Nothing that is in you is bad, let me tell you this, and put it straight into your head. Nothing in you can be bad. Nothing. What makes it bad is only a judgment from your mind that put this B-A-D, this word on top of it. It's just a word, it's just a label. Nothing in you can be bad. This is the starting point. There's no possible flowering of yourself if you don't go through this step of accepting the fact that there is nothing bad or wrong in you. And really, you cannot be better than you are. You can remove all judgments, though. That you can do by seeing them. That will lift a huge weight from you. It will open up your inner space. It will give you wings to fly. We all have this. Don't worry. We all are in the same boat. I'm talking to you and talking to myself, talking to the whole world. The idea that you're small and that there is somebody bigger than you, above you, that knows better. Since we're little, first it's the parents, oh, they know better. Then it's the teachers. Then it's the priests. Then it's the head of state or the big politicians. They are all sick people, as much as we are. They don't know shit. Actually, to be a politician, you have to be a little sick. It's just the way it is. To be a priest, you gotta be in a place where you're like, have been whipping yourself a lot. All these people that are in position of power, or that somehow we believe they are above us, they're just in the same place where we are, or worse, most of the time. Most of the time worse, otherwise they wouldn't seek for power. They got problems. They got serious problems. And yet, we put somebody above and we put ourselves below. So I'm telling you, you're already above. You just don't realize that. There's nobody above you except the whole universe, except this divine, amazing manifestation. But it's not really above because you're part of it. So how could it be above? You're just an expression of that. You're perfect in your imperfection. There's nothing perfect really, because perfect means something perfect does not grow anymore. It doesn't move. It's dead. So the whole universe is constantly evolving, changing, moving. There's no such a thing as perfection. Even though for our little mind we say, wow, that ant is perfection. It's true for our little mind. But the whole perfection keeps perfecting itself. It's in constant evolution. So we are imperfect because we are constantly evolving. And I don't think it's ever going to stop. One time Osho said, do you think enlightenment is the end? It's just the beginning. I was like, what? The beginning? Yeah, it's just the beginning of a whole another journey. It's never ending, the journey. Never ending. So even the idea to reach perfection or to arrive somewhere where you think, then everything will stop or whatever. It's the goal, if I arrive there. No, it's a continuous journey. So you can even let go of this idea that there is something like perfection where, oh, if I, the full flowering and then it's over. No, 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 no. The full flowering in one dimension happens and another one starts, another one opens. It's like flowers within flowers within flowers. It's like the Chinese dolls, you know? You open one doll and there is another one, and there is another one. Except it never ends. You never find the smallest doll. So it's an infinite journey we are in. So what's the problem? Why creating judgments? Why creating idea that maybe one day I'll be perfect? Forget it. You'll never be. You'll always be growing and more and expanding and more in this infinite, never-ending journey. So the only thing we can do is to just love it, love and enjoy the journey, because the journey is the goal. There is no other goal. I see you're very absorbed into some thoughts. Okay, tell me, what are you seeing? Or what do you think is the difficulties? What keeps you from accepting this vastness that you are, or this beauty that you are? What keeps you away from that? Yeah, Rafa. Unmute your mic.
Good morning. And at first, I have to say thank you for you, Shastro, and for all the group, because so it's okay if I answer your question at the end.
Yes.
Okay. Because at the beginning, so it's a very, very difficult time for me.
Today.
Since a few weeks.
Okay, in your life. Okay.
Yes, and something is changing, and if you all know, I don't like change. And this morning I was feeling suffering, and I was going there, and you told in the moment, open to the group, sense the group. And I was, whoa. And then I was discovering my first judgment. I cannot open my sufferance to other. I have to keep it. It's a ballast for the other. And that was the first judgment. And I was thinking, and then was clear sufferance for everyone. This commune is a part of human being. And I was opening it, and it was important. So not just sensi alone, but opening my suffering to the group, to the energy of the group.
Yeah.
And so thank you for the group. And the second judgment that I had was that I was feeling this suffering, and that it was something like this. And it was fear.
Fear.
And then fear. And I discovered, because I fear that because of the sufferings, our relationship will change. And
the relationship with what?
with someone.
Oh, with someone, yeah.
Okay,
With a
okay, and
person.
yeah, with a person, and I was having fear to lose love,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the second. So I if I'm feeling like this, it 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 means that I cannot love. I will lose love,
Mm-hmm.
other judgment.
Mm-hmm.
And I was feeling this fear, and that was really good. And then I was hoping myself and having compassion. I was empty. And then come love. It was healing all the little cut in my head.
Yeah.
Mm. So the answer at your question is for me now. Sometimes it costs a lot of courage to accept not just who I am or how I am, but to accept life, to accept the moment in which I am, to let uh, life burn my life, or the burn life to me, play with me, through me, not with me. And yes, that's the answer. Another thing, I don't know if for you it's interesting. Since yesterday, there is a summit of compassion in psychotherapy.
There is a what?
A summit
A summit. Uh-huh.
uh, with, I don't know if you know Tara Brach and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Gamma. Is it free? If you want, I can give you the link because a lot of this is about the power of compassion. And
Oh, great. Yeah.
I,
Sure.
I, I, I love when there are the neuroscientists talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and it's a really powerful disconnection. Yeah, just this. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Send us
Thank
the
you.
link. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you very much. To all, because I was feeling your energy.
Yes. Beautiful group. But that's true what you said, that yes, it's like that, to be able to see the way you do not accept yourself, or you don't accept certain things, certain aspects. That's why we speak about choiceless awareness, not from the very beginning. Because we can use our awareness to see certain things in us. That's beautiful. Yeah, we have this capacity that is developing, so we become more and more attentive to what is, to how we are, we see certain facets of ourselves that we were not seeing before. But if then we attach a judgment to what we see, then we're back in the same loop. It's again the mind taking advantage of our awareness. So it's the ego that uses our awareness. So now you can see more. Oh, good. So I can judge more. So I strengthen my ego instead of releasing, you see. That's why awareness is not enough. It has to be choiceless awareness. It has to be an awareness that does not judge, does not select. It's neutral. You know, often I say, just like a scientist, when you look into a microscope, it doesn't have a judgment about, oh, I like this cell, but I don't like that one. Just like that, you just look with neutrality, because you're just like, oh, wow, how interesting. Look at that, how it is. How it is, not how it should be. How it is. Then through that choiceless awareness, we're able to shed, to let go, slowly, of all that is not needed. We're able to flower, to grow, to integrate. Yeah, we grow because we're integrating all the aspects of ourselves We're not like, oh no, this one I don't like it, so I put it in the basement, hide it there somewhere. No, no, no. We integrate everything because there is full acceptance. Because there is choiceless awareness. This is our tool, the most important tool. And that brings healing, and that brings a sense of love, as you said. Suddenly it's like, suddenly you love yourself a little more. That's where love grows. There's no other way. There's no other way. Thank you for sharing, Rafa. Yeah, Mickey.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
It's interesting that you concentrated on this topic today, because yesterday I spent some time reflecting upon it, and I'll elaborate on that in a moment. I also, like Rafa, want to thank you, Shastro, because what I realized is we keep on judging ourselves, but now we have the tools, to see or to be aware that we're judging ourselves, and we can let it go quicker than before, when we had all these tools. And we, since we've been doing the work with you,
Yes.
I don't, you might not remember, but one day in our group, I was like, saying, I don't like the way social media work, but I'm actually forced to use it because I'm developing the online courses. And you gave me a very simple response, and in the moment I thought, but what should I do with that? And basically what you said was to accept what is and to be myself. And before that moment, that it was like a switch for me, that moment. Before, I was kind of, I know now that it had nothing to do with social media, it had to do with me. I was too scared to put myself out there. And so that's a judgment. I thought, what I would do is not good enough, or nobody would like it, or whatever. I didn't really like that, but I can now see the situation like that. So since that day, I put out. You might have noticed, because you I think you see sometimes what I put on Facebook, and so you probably noticed that there's a lot going onto Facebook. And I now have 97 videos on YouTube, which is a miracle, because before that day, I'm doing videos in French, which is my third language, and so sometimes I make mistakes, and I can't every time go back and correct it. It would take me forever. So now I had to accept to leave the mistakes that I made. Because in fact, it's very difficult when you do like creative stuff. I have a camera over my head. I do something with my hands, and I have to explain what I'm doing, and with avoiding putting my head under the camera.
Right.
So it's a lot of things. So there's sometimes feminine words with a masculine adjective, or the other way around. And it really took me a while not to judge myself. Whenever the last time I watched the video before publishing it, I thought, oh heck, it's terrible. And now I just publish it.
Good.
But it's still, when I've published it, it's like, oh, what have I done? And but I learned to accept that. So again, thank you so very much, for our work here. I'm not sure I would have had the courage to actually start, publishing uh, my creations and publishing the videos
Yes.
without that moment where you said, be yourself and accept what is. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mickey.
But I don't know how to answer your question because I don't know where it comes from, where this judgment comes from. But
Yeah.
it's a continuous work in process.
Exploration. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
continuous exploration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. And it's, try sometime to, maybe you watch a video and you say, oh my God, and oh, I made so many mistakes or whatever. It's also what really helps, it's to expose that to the people that are watching, for example, to say, oh my God, I feel so insecure in this moment because I made this and this mistake, and show that humanity, that part of you also now that is vulnerable, that is like, that you think like, oh, I fucked up, and because it's a way to release it, not to give it too much power, that it doesn't hold on to you. It's really through sharing your vulnerable aspects. And the amazing thing is that you will get a lot of love back. So, it's the opposite of what the mind would think, oh, I don't want to show how fucked up I am. But the more you show how imperfect you are, the more love it comes back to you, because people love it because they also feel like that with themselves. So it's always, oh, what a relief. She also feels like me. And then there is love,
I
So,
realized that so many people, I have so many views. There are some videos with 300 views. I was absolutely 300, 400 views. I was like, what? And the comments are all positive.
yeah, of course.
Amazing. So despite the mistakes, and I have a tendency to stumble over my words, and that was also, I had to accept that,
Yes.
searching for my words, and so I had to accept that. But it seems that people don't care.
Of course they don't. You are the only one that worries about it. It's always like that. So that's why I say be perfectly imperfect, enjoy, be your imperfection. It's the only way we can be, because we are in constant evolution. So as we were saying, don't worry, we are imperfect and we'll always be imperfect. So might as well enjoy it. Might as well share our imperfection, share our weak points, and because we all are in the same boat, and it's a relief for everybody when somebody shares, oh, I'm so imperfect. Oh, good, me too. Let's be together in this. Yeah, just accept it and share it. Sharing it, it's a great way to release. Yeah, Rafa. Thank you, Mickey. You wanted to add something?
Something to Mickey about language, because you see my English, but I have the same problem with German and also with Italian at the end, because live in Germany, I'm lecturing also in Germany, and as everything, because the German language is so blah, I'm always making mistake, and now I'm making mistake also in Italian because I'm not using the language. And it was from the beginning really ashaming for me doing this. And then I was taking the little Rafa and I was saying, hey, we do it. And I was speaking also about the difficulty or being meine, so what what I was showing. I was writing on the table, and there were mistakes, and someone was correcting me.
Oh, and you are in the way you were presenting something to the public.
Yes, and I was writing something, and there were mistakes. Yes, grammatic mistakes, and someone, hey, you have to write like this.
They're correcting
and,
you.
And I was saying, oh, thank you very much. That's very difficult for me. And also when I'm showing something for psychotherapy and I'm feeling unsure, I'm talking about this at the end. And I was saying, did you see that I was feeling unsure? And they say,
yeah,
yes or no. And what the feedback that I get, that this way to be is a model.
It's a what?
A modello.
Model, yes.
It's a help. So, Mickey, we can help the people to accept we can help each other, showing that we are imperfect, because everyone is imperfect, and it takes a lot of energy to cleaning everything, to don't show it, and it takes so much energy, so much love. And the best gift that we can give is to show our humanity and our imperfection, because everyone is this. So it's not just becoming love, it's also giving, to share the magic of being imperfect.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, let's be all blissfully imperfect together. What a relief.
I like that Rafa keeps on using the word love, because that's what I decided. I will teach with love. I will make these videos with love. And people will feel the energy.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Nicole. You have to unmute yourself.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. About the judgment, I was thinking where it comes from, because nowadays a lot of people around me are negative, and sometimes I say, okay, today we don't do anything negative, saying we don't judge, we don't, just be. Yeah. And when somebody says something negative or judge somebody, no, we're not going to do that today. Mm-hmm. So I think the judgment comes from that it makes just life easy. When it is easy to judge on you or somebody else, it's you stay away from yourself. You stay away from the real life, and real life is sometimes you don't know what to do with the real life, because it's, what can you do?
Yeah.
And so when you really are stay focused, okay, we're not going in that direction, then you stay here, and then you feel the atmosphere is so much lighter. Yes. And more positive, and you feel better.
Yes.
And so I think the judgment comes from just making so it's easy to judge.
Yeah, and it makes you feel like you're better. Somehow part of you is like, you feel like you're better or you're more because you can judge. You know, it's like you put yourself a little above with the judgment, and you push something below you. Internally, that's what happens too, no? So it makes you feel a little better, how I can judge you. Or I can judge that thing.
Or just to have distance from it.
Yeah. And or sometimes you feel something, but you don't want to feel it. So through judgment, you help yourself to remove yourself from feeling it as well. You just discharge that energy into a judgment, but you don't feel truly what you're feeling. that also happens, no? Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's a great awareness that it is required sometimes, especially when you live in a culture like I know Italian culture, but also German culture. There are many cultures that is like when you meet somebody on the street, if you can complain about something, no, they're really with you, you know. But if you say, man, I feel so great, or you start dancing on the street, they think he's crazy. What's wrong with him? He's so happy. No, but in misery and complaining, then everybody will join you, you know. So that's how far we went from ourselves. But it's a good thing to become aware of this more and more. It's a great help, this awareness we have. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Nicole. I just saw Catherine left a message for me. You probably don't see it. And I think Catherine is still here. It says, I'd like to help with the book production. I'm expert in print production. I can talk with printers, choose the paper, and so on. Oh, wonderful, Catherine. Ah, good to know. Good to know. When it comes to that point, I'll definitely check out what to do with you. I can use your expertise. Wonderful. Okay. So, if there's nothing else that wants to be shared, we can maybe close our session here. See, if you need to go, you can go. And if you want to stay, and I can add a few things about this book project. Basically, we're gonna start one step at a time because it's a big project. So what we're doing is asking whoever wants to help to we're gonna assign 2 videos as a start, you know. Say, okay, can you please transcribe these 2 videos? So I'm gonna tell you, you know, series 1, number 4 and 5, can you do it better? Yeah, sure, I do it. And then we try to coordinate it, so it's like, okay, you have like 3 weeks time to transcribe these 2 videos. So somebody else before is doing 1 and 2, then somebody is doing 3 and 4, somebody is doing 5 and 6. So we're all working together in the progression. So if somebody gets stuck, we cannot move forward. So we try to decide, okay, in this 3 weeks or in this month, whatever, we're gonna complete. Everybody completes these 2 videos. How to do it? It's really up to you. There are different ways that I explored so far. One is to actually put headphones on and going on the video itself. This is the old way, and people would actually type what they hear, which means if you're not fast like a secretary is, that you can dictate, you have to start and stop. Yeah, so it's quite some work. The good thing is that the videos on YouTube can be slowed down. So you can, there's an option that you can go, instead of playing 1.0 is a normal speed, you can go 0.75, so it's slower, or you can go 0.50, it's even slower. So you hear me talking very slowly. And you can type. I haven't tried that, but that's the old way. a little more modern way is like, for example, I have a Mac. I don't know on a PC how it works, but on a Mac there is an inbuilt dictation. So on the system preference, you go to keyboard and you can go to dictation, and you can speak and the computer writes for you, right? And that's handy, because that means you can listen to my voice in the headphone and you repeat it. You repeat what you hear to the computer and he writes it. So that's another way that can be done. But you need 2 devices, I discovered, because if I'm on YouTube, my dictation on the same computer, the dictation stops. And if I'm dictating to the computer, the video stops. So they don't work together. So you need to listen through the telephone or through another computer and then dictate to another device, then it works. I haven't quite done that, but I know it works. I mean, I did a test. A third way, which is what I did in this couple of days, I did a couple of videos, is there is a website that is called, can't remember, but I'll send it to you, where, so you go, let's say, Petra, can you do video number 3, series 1? Yes. So Petra goes there to YouTube, to my channel. I'll send you the links. She goes to the video, she goes share, copy. She copies the link of that video. Then she goes to this website and you copy the link and they download the script for you. And you can even choose the language. So you choose English and you download on your computer the script. So they write it for you, let's say. Now, the script is not very precise, but for the English is quite precise. It means it comes in a format that is like short lines. So if I speak very fast, it will be in a format of several words per line, but if I speak very slow, which sometimes I've done, with long pauses, then the problem is you will see 1 or 2 words for each line. So you have like very short line and very long text. So it has to be brought, then you have to go, you have to join all these words, basically delete the spaces, right? So that takes time. Also, when you copy, this format is going to be in text, TXT, right? That's the only format I could find that works for everything. So you have this download in TXT, and you put all the lines together, in a continuous format, which is some work in itself. But then when you copy and paste it in Words, which is Adobe Words, is where Microsoft Words is the format that we need eventually. You will see like 2 or 3 lines of space between lines. Just the pasting on Words, I don't know why, and if you can figure it out how to avoid that. So then you have to delete all those extra space between lines. So that's also some work. And last but not least, sometimes it doesn't, because I don't speak very clearly, or maybe I call somebody, Abhilasha, they cannot recognize that word. So maybe they write, haven't seen that, instead of Abhilasha, because it's the closest thing that they can figure it out. It can figure it out. So that's the work of, you have to go in and say, wait, this doesn't make sense. So then you have to go back to the video and listen. Maybe you can slow it down or not, and write it in a way that makes sense. Yeah, in a kind of more or less fluent English, or grammatically correct English, let's say. So that's pretty much the work. And then there are a few details, and I'm not gonna tell you everything now, but if you're interested, we can go deeper in details. But that's pretty much what is asked. So if you feel like you can let me know. I'll create a group on Telegram for the book in English, and I'll put you in the group, or I'll send you a link to sign up for that group. And then I'm creating a Dropbox folder that is all the people that are helping can access, so you can drop your file in there, and that's it. So it's gonna be, to start, we start with 2 videos each, and then if you feel like, yeah, I can do more, then we do more. But we have to start from somewhere. So I thought, let's do 2 videos in like 3 weeks or something like that, and then we'll learn a lot as we do it. I've never done it, so it's all a big learning process. And please, if you find if you have other ways, or you have other ideas, or you have done something differently and you think it works better, please do share it with me and with us all, because as I said, I have no experience in this. So I know that Catherine, for example, would be a good one when it comes to production with the printers and papers and all those things. But in this process of transcribing, if you have any experience, please do share it. Yeah.
Shastro, at
Yeah.
one point I sent you a mail or on WhatsApp, I can't remember, how to use Google also. Did you get that?
Yeah, Google also translate, even YouTube as a translator, but it's not so good.
Okay.
Yeah. The best one so far that is free, because there are also paying services. I used one once, but it would cost a fortune to do 100 videos. The best one is this website. I'm gonna look it up right now. I have it here. That is called, hold on. It's called savesubs.com. I'm gonna send it to you here. I'll put it on the text. There, you have it on the chat in the text. And yeah, check it out, how it works. And if you feel like, oh yeah, I can do that, it's gonna take me a few days. When I have time, I'll do it. Let me know. Yeah, Nicole.
Hi. You said in the beginning you want to have one book in one language. So what you would like to have? You have an Italian group that will be your Italian book, and we have our group, and that will be the English version, or an English book.
Actually, I'm thinking more like I'm gonna translate also the English. Well, I'm gonna look through all the English text once I have it.
Yeah.
And take the parts that are good. Of course, there's gonna be a lot of editing to be done. And then translate those also in Italian. And then translate all the Italian books in English. So I have one master, create one master out of the 2 languages, because I said something in English that is really beautiful. I never said it in Italian and vice versa. So I actually get the
To
best out of
combine it.
two
Yeah.
languages, make one master in one of the two languages, and then translate it all in the other language.
All right. Okay.
Something like that. Yeah.
Great.
So I have more material available to me to choose from.
Okay. Well, I would like to help also. I will see about time, but I would like to help also.
Great. Yeah, we start with 2 videos and we start from there, and then you see if you can do more, you say I can do more. If it's enough, it's enough. Don't worry.
Great.
Yeah. Thank you.
Shastro, so
Yeah.
are you going to send us a list? What you know now who wants to who wants to contribute? Are you going to send us a list and then
Yes.
soon?
So who would like to do it? Well, we're here. We might as well tell me now. Mickey and Nicole, they said yes. Adima went away. Petra. Okay. So Matea too? You want to do it? Okay. But I better write it down. So Mickey, Petra, Matea, Adima. Who else was there? Oh, Catherine. I don't know if Catherine wants to only do the production or also the transcribing.
Have you got
Okay, so
Nicole?
who?
You write down Nicole.
No, Nicole. Thank you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe. Great. It's a team already. Yay. So I will, and Matea, do I have your, are you on Telegram?
I'm not,
You're not.
but I will make one.
Okay, it's pretty easy. You just,
Okay.
yeah, you just download the application. Petra, you are on Telegram? Yeah, Petra can show you how to do it.
Yeah, we will do it later. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Nicole, are you on Telegram?
Yes, I am.
Good, good, good. Yeah, so I'll create a group that is going to be called The Book. So you know it's us. And there I can share all this information that I said to you, the links, and then I'm going to assign 2 videos to each of you, you know. Maybe we start from series 1 and I tell you, can you do 5 and 6 or 8 and 9, whatever. Everybody is going to have 2 videos to work with. And then in the process, if you come up with ideas to speed up the process or to make it better, please do share them in the group. Yeah. And I'm gonna write you the time frame. It's gonna be 3 weeks or a month, so we take it really slowly and comfortable, because it doesn't take that long actually. But some people work and don't have a lot of time, so we'll start like that. And then we see how it goes and where it goes. Okay, yeah, Nicole.
I would like to share something.
Yes.
Coming next Sunday, this Sunday not, but the Sunday after, I will
Okay.
get my diploma for integrated massage therapist,
Oh,
holistic massage therapist.
nice.
And I'm going to open my own practice. And because
Beautiful.
of your sessions, the name of my practice will be Present.
Yay.
Yeah.
It's a good present.
Yeah. Indeed.
Isn't it interesting that present means both? Means this present moment, but it also means a gift
Yes, exactly.
in
A gift
English.
for yourself to live in the present.
Exactly. So
Yes.
being in the present is a gift. The present moment is a gift. I like that.
Yeah.
Presence is beautiful too. Yeah. Good, Nicole. I'm happy for you.
Just wanted to share.
Yes, absolutely. So next Friday, I will still be here, so we can see each other next Friday. And we'll talk, anyway, we'll talk on Telegram probably before that. And then after that, I'll be gone for 2 or 3 weeks, so there won't be sessions.
Okay.
So next Friday is the last one for a little bit. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Kisses
Thanks.
and hugs. Thank you all for being here.
You too. Thank you for today.
You too. Thank you.
Thank
We'll
you.
stay in touch. Ciao.